So this is day 2 of our mileage tour, currently at the Alkubulan Heritage Center. We are just about crossing to the Shark Island. So follow me, let's have an experience. Currently approaching Shark Island. That's it inside. He has a very huge property. So we'll go there, go through, do a good walk-in for the Housing in Ghana magazine edition 4. Going there, we'll have a walk-through and then we'll show you how it looks like. Behind us is a speedboat. I'm currently walking into the Shark Island. They actually have a very huge and nice property. So follow me, let's have a look. Okay, it's huge. Finally, we are at Shark Island. We are about to speak to the CEO of Shark Island in the person of Mr. Marvin. So he will take us through all the properties he has. Actually, when you look at it, not yet done, but they already look very, very, very beautiful, very huge, very, very strategic point. I'm sure when you live here, you'll be in one of the best islands of your dreams in Ghana. So follow me, let's have a chat with him. My team.
How you doing, my brother? Your name? Yes, it's Marvin. Jerry Marvin, nice to meet you. Patrick, nice to meet you, my brother.
And then that's Fred, a photographer.
Nice to meet you. I tried to give you some good shots.
Yeah, we got it. We from Housing in Ghana.
Okay.
Right. Finally, nice to meet you. We've been trying to do some
I know
for
we've been
like
4 or 5 months now.
I mean, we are coming here and looking at the property. We are really, really glad that we actually came.
Oh, and I'm honored that you guys, recognize what we're doing and wanted to come and find out more about it and create some opportunities for us to showcase it, more in Ghana. One of the disturbing things is when I first said that I was building this place and I'm building on an island, all the Ghanaians said, no, this place could never be in Ghana. It's a scam. And I said, oh, why? Like, we could do nice things like this. As you see, we have the jet cars. Mostly Ghanaians are leaving and going to Dubai. $2,500 plane ticket, transportation, hotel stay. But you have it right here in beautiful Ada.
Today we'll show them that it's actually possible. We'll show Ghanaians that we've done it. So we'll have a look at the properties you take us through. But first of all, we'd like to know, how it all started. We are more interested in the story, of Shark Island. So you can have, tell all the Ghanaians how it started.
Well, my Ghanaian family, my name is Marvin Walker, as the young lady said. I'm a Guyanese Ghanaian. For those of you who don't understand the slave trade, my ancestors were shipped from Anamabo into slavery in the Caribbean. And so I grew up in Guyana, but then moved to America. And in 2018, I first came to Ghana. Never thought about coming to Africa, never wanted to, but when I did come, one of the church members heard me talking pidgin to my father. And they said, where are you from? We thought you were American. I said, no, I'm Guyanese. So the lawyer for the organization that brought me here said, Marvin, do you know that Guyanese are Ghanaians? And I said, no, because every time I was in American school, they asked me where I'm from. I say Guyana. They say Ghana. I said, no, Guyana is in South America. Ghana is in Africa. Only to find out that my ancestors are Ghanaians who moved from the central region, Anamabo. So your boy is Fanti, and I'm happy to be homemade.
Nice.
But I came to Ghana because I had a contract with a big company in America, and they stole my business model, copied it, and displaced me. And one of my guys who used to come to Ghana a lot, he was like, Marvin, don't sit here and try to fight these people. Just take your technology to Ghana. It's the first African country to gain their independence. The climate is very peaceful, and economically stable. And I was like, I never thought of going to Africa. No, why am I going? I don't know nobody in there. I told him no about 9 times. And then a friend of mine, Monica Chapman, said, Marvin, look, you don't have no money. The people stole your business model. I can't see the white man do this to another black man. Let me pay for you to go to Ghana, see what it's like, and then if nothing comes of it, at least you could say, I got a trip to Africa.
Right.
So I said, what do I have to lose? And I came. But in my mind, because we're so brainwashed by Western media that Africa just have big belly kids, like there's monkeys and things swinging. So me, I'm thinking of when I'm landing in Ghana, I'm going to land on a dusty tarmac and lions and zebras going to be running along. I hate to sound ignorant, but that's what I thought. But when I landed, I saw this beautiful landscape. I saw the Marriott Hotel, Burger King, filling stations, and I said, this is not what I expected. And then I said, you know what? The white man has lied to us again. And then I started seeing so much of the Ghanaian culture that was similar to mine. When I saw them selling ashuriye, I said, hey, I used to do that. That's my favorite thing to eat. So I started buying it. Then I saw bull floats. I said, hey, that's bakes. We call it bakes in my country. Then I started eating kontume, one of my favorite dishes. I said, hey, this is kalaloo. What really going on here? And I did my research and found out that 30% of our bloodline is from Ghana, Central region. But I fell in love with Ghana the moment I came here, and I decided to stay.
Right.
Now, what brought this place around was a year after I came, they started the year of return.
Right.
And so many African Americans, Caribbeans, Canadians of African descent were coming back home. And, we didn't know that when you rent a house in Ghana, you got to have 12 to 24 months up front. So we would come with our little $50,000, $100,000, think we're doing something. But then the landlord would say, hey, Charlie, give me that 24 months if you want to live in Cantonment or East Legon. Right. And then all the money finished.
So you do up there, you do it monthly?
Monthly, you pay 1 month rent, 1 month security. That's it. If you have bad credit, maybe you give an extra month.
Right.
But, you still have your money that you could invest in your business or something. So when we saw that, and, of course, people was going through land scams. A lot of people were getting scammed of their money. So when COVID hit, I started just going looking for land because everybody was talking about building. And I finally started making some money. So that's when I started looking. And Ada, Akuse, and Akosombo are my 3 favorite places in Africa, in Ghana. Okay. I think it's because they all start with A. The A+ areas. I love them.
Right,
and that's when I came, and I was looking all around here, different islands. But when I came here, I sat under the tree with the family. We're negotiating, and there was this amazing breeze that just blew by. And it was like the ancestors were saying, this is your home. And then the family was willing to work with me, and I ended up buying this land, and I started. Now, it was always my goal to build an island for myself. Because remember, I was making millions of dollars with that contract I had in America. So when I originally thought about buying an island, it was always for me to live on my own. So when I came, and then I saw so many people were getting scammed, land scam, and by the way, it's not just foreigners. They do it to Ghanaians too. So don't listen to this and say, he's saying just Ghanaians scam everybody. No, it's just the system is not yet perfected, and they've been working at it. So when I got this land, I got my title back. I said, wow, I could eliminate the headache and the hassle of people having to figure out or going through the land wahala. And so I said, I'm going to demarcate it, build a community. I'm going to add my medical center, which is one of the biggest concerns of the diaspora, because we don't think y'all guys have hospitals. America said it. We didn't say it, right?
Right.
So those from the diaspora who want to move here want to know that they have healthcare covered. So we put a medical center here. We added a supermarket. We have a Wi-Fi cafe for the digital nomads who work remotely. And that's how Shark Island came about.
Nice stuff. Nice stuff.
So come, let me show you, and we continue to talk. And this is our year and almost 8 months of construction. I started this project. So right here you have the big sharks that you could go up in the top, and you could see all the way to the estuary. That's one of the amazing things about this place that I love. You have the Atlantic Ocean meeting with the Volta River. Now, even though you can see the Atlantic Ocean, the water here is still fresh water. You can go there, and we drink it actually. Right? I did the fresh water analysis. There's 0.03 salinity in this water, but the Atlantic Ocean is right there. It's so crazy to me, but it's a beautiful place. We have this amazing backyard. So our pontoon will come from our car park, which is near where my boat guy picked you guys up. So all of the owners get a parking space on the mainland. The boat for our visitors as well as our homeowners will drop them here, and they will exit into the property, right? and then at the end is where people will exit. So when the boat comes here, after it drops people, it goes to the exit. Those who are leaving will get on it. So there's a constant rotation to get on and off the island.
Right.
So don't worry, you won't get stuck because it's an island. So come on. Wow.
Oh, okay.
Originally, this house was supposed to be brought down as a temporary structure just so I could be on site
Yeah.
and doing the overseeing of the project, making sure things are
Going
we're
well.
meeting timelines and all that. But hey, it's Ghana, Charlie. Things don't happen like that. But it's okay. I've learned very much patience being in Ghana. So because this is the very first house that I ever built, we decided to keep the structure because now is a sense of pride in
History,
it. I completed the first thing, so we're just going to turn it into the spa, and then people get massages in there up on the roof. The pool will be here, and then we'll deck this area out.
I think it's a good idea to keep it.
Yeah. And because I came and I found out how my culture connects to Ghana, you have Jamaican restaurants here, but you have no Guyanese restaurant. So we're putting the first Guyanese restaurant here, right? And of course we'll have all of our, Ghanaian dishes as well as other dishes. But I want to show those from my country how, our food and the genesis of it comes from Ghana, right? So Watermaya even went to Guyana, and he went there and he found a place where the first plaque was posted by the Ghanaian slaves who landed in Guyana. It has the date, and they bought everything here. They bought the palm trees there. What do you guys call it?
Was the coconut tree?
The palm tree. Abe.
Okay.
So it's in my country. They call it Abe too and everything. So Watermaya went through the Caribbean and showed that. And it's so important that we understand that this is the source. This is where we all came from the continent. And it's also important that Ghanaians and other Africans know that we are Africans too. Nothing breaks our heart more than when Africans tell us, oh, you're not African, you're American, you're this, you're that. If we're black, we're African. We originated from the soil of this wonderful continent. So once our guests check in to the room, our golf carts, which will be posted back there, will take their luggage and take them to one of their units. These are 3-bedroom, 3-bath units. I know you guys do square meters here, but I only understand square feet. So it's roughly almost 4,000 square feet. Each house has a pool in the front and the pool area, but you go in and then on the back side, they have a space of beachfront that makes this whole property right at 4,000 square feet. Right? Building has 2 apartments on each floor, and there are 3 floors. So each story building has 6 apartments. So that's apartment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you have a rooftop deck. So for instance, if you buy this apartment, when you come here, you enjoy. When you go back to Accra because you want to work, then we rent the property on your behalf. And that rental income is yours. We get our management fee, but now you have something that's working for you. So once you say, I'm tired of working, Charlie, this here is going to rent from $250 a night up to $900 a night. Right? So the higher you go, the better the view, the more it rents for. And then you could remove yourself. But of course, it's the CD equivalent, but we have to price it in dollars and get the CD equivalent because of the fluctuations in the money. But let me show you
the plan.
Yes. Now, unfortunately, because it's rainy season, the rain came down and pulled our stickers down, so we're putting them back up.
Okay.
But this is what the community will look like when it's finished. So you have the beachfront units right here. And it's important to note that these units will not build up because these guys still need to have their view, right? So you see they'll have their pool in front. And then this is the reception center that will be right here with the outdoor seating for the restaurant. And then right after that is the pool and our movie theater area. My background is the music industry.
So the pool will be here?
No. So the reception center will come all the way up to here. And the outdoor restaurant there. And right after that is the pool. So people who come for a day visit could come and enjoy the pool. They could rent a cabana that will be out here and they could enjoy. Right? Then in the evenings, when COVID happened and we couldn't go to Silverbird, I was so depressed because I like to go to the movies on the weekends. So I said, I'm building my outdoor movie theater. So if COVID happens again,
that's smart.
Right? We're out here social distancing, watching our movies, right? So on the back of the event stage will be the LED screen that serves as a movie theater. And then on this side, my background when I was in the States, I was in the music industry. I've worked with some of the biggest artists in the music industry, Bruno Mars, which is a good friend. We've written songs together. We've written for Alicia Keys, Keisha Cole, Mary J. Blige. So what I love is what the guys at Afro Future did. No, Future.
Right, yeah.
They got, those hating white people
Right.
sued, so
Right.
they changed the
Right.
name. We like Future better anyway, right? But you know, Abdul, you know, and those guys, you know, they did an amazing thing. They connected the diaspora.
Right.
Ironically enough, they grew up in the Bronx, right next to me. So I love what they did. So this is kind of like homage to them, but also, you know, they can't be the only one carrying the flag of bringing out people and connecting them. So we wanted to support with that. So this is an event hub. So we're going to be bringing our celebrity friends here as well, so that they bring their audience and educate them. Like, this is what Africa is really like, not what we've been told. So in this part of the property is our lawn area where the attendees can watch the shows. But in addition, when anyone rents the unit, the rooftop deck serves as a place where they can chill and watch the show from there as well, right? And the rooftop of our story building. So this whole property, we could accommodate about 10,000 people. We don't need that much, but if it is, it's fine. But we can have a real nice event center. Over here, we have a medical center in case there's any, you know, accidents, anybody, you know, pass out due to the heat, because it gets hot in Ghana during Hamatan. So we have all of our nurses on staff. Actually, 5 of our owners are medical doctors. Some are Ghanaians and some are Nigerians from the States, as well as Jamaican nurses. We have our supermarket so that you could get your groceries from here. So hopefully, you know, Melcom or Maxmart or one of them put it there. And if not, hopefully some black supermarket company from the States will come and occupy that space. Next to that, we have the Wi-Fi center where digital nomads like my good guy here with his camera, this guy could come here, chill, meet other, you know, content creators, use some of the best Wi-Fi. We have Starlink. People think because we're on an island, we have bad connectivity. Not so. We have good connection here. So you could connect, meet with people, and it serves as like a office hub, right? People could connect, create content together. And then right next to that is our pro shop, where we're gonna sell Ghanaian bathing suits. You know, you can get your sun hat to stop you from the sun, water shoes, and that's where you check out all of your water equipment, the sea breachers, which are all painted like sharks. That's why this place is called Shark Island. There's no sharks in the water, right? Shark Island, because the sea breachers are all painted like sharks. We have 10 of them. And they could come and ride them. I think you guys saw a while back, Ibrahim Muhammad was riding his out there. So that's what they are. I had 2 in the States, and I said, wow, this would be a cool thing if all Ghanaians could experience this. A lady came here on Easter. I don't know if you follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, we do.
I done had influencers come and say they want to ride the jet cars. This sweet lady from not Bando, but somewhere, she came, she had never driven a car. She said, I'm riding on Easter. I took in the car, I trained her. She's riding the jet car. Within 5 minutes, she's throwing her hands up.
Alone, but were you in the car?
I was in the car with her, filming her, but she's driving. If you see this woman, like a superstar. We went viral, 4 days, 1 million+ views. Ghanaians all over was like commenting, hey, this lady is proof that every mother's a little girl, and she had such a good time. So I'm excited that our property could connect, you know, Ghanaians to these types of activities that the locals who don't get to go outside can experience it here, right? And that's what our goal is. So here, this image, you get to see what it looks like outside of the event stage, the back, where the attendees will be and the performances will go on. So let me show you guys one of the units now. The little local kids, the families that sold me the land, that was gracious enough to allow me to share this space with them. On the weekends, I'll take all the kids riding on the jet ski because they've never had that experience. I teach them to ride the jet cars, right? So I give them little chores to earn it. Hey, pick up some of this trash or something. But then I take them, and to see the glow on their face, the fact that they're having an experience they normally wouldn't have, that's the best part. And then one of my workers, who is one of the families I bought the land, he just completed his house. He has been working with me consistently since I started this project. He came to me this morning, boss, I want you to come see my household. So it's that house right there. He just built it. So you see all the other locals have their little mud houses, which is normal, but he built it. And I'm so proud. The guy works diligently. And he's like, boss, you have to come see it. So I told him I'm moving in with him. It's too nice. It's just as nice as mine. Plan that. People think it was strategic marketing. They give me this credit.
And I could see your videos. You're also having fun. So I could see that, you know, it's not planned. You're just having fun. Trying to be, you know, at your sport. But it's lovely.
Yeah, but the influencers, like the YouTubers, yourselves, Watermeyer, everybody that have came here, I'm grateful to them for showing it. But I was just working and they heard, oh, there's this crazy old brony building a house on an island. So they're like, oh, let me go see. And then I would just share my story, and that's kind of how it, started getting out there. One of the things we wanted to do is create opportunities for the locals. So we'll go in this unit right here.
Okay.
So what we did was we hired the locals from Ada to come and mold the
Okay.
blocks.
Okay.
And most of our craftsmen, our skilled tradesmen come from Accra.
Okay.
But the great thing about the water here is we get our water from the river, we buy the sand and the blocks the cement from Kase. I've been working with this company called Williago ever since I got here from the start of the project. So we get most of our materials, our iron rod, and then we bring it across on the boat.
Okay.
So everything has come here on a boat from across. So this is another 3-bedroom, but it has the pool. So you see from your living space, you can run and jump into your pool.
And then from here,
either pool, God's pool or the man-made pool.
Like,
we got some of our doors delivered.
You have space, spacious.
Yes, very. If one of the reasons we built these homes so spacious is because the Ghana Tourism Authority, every year they do annual reports, how many visitors, where they're from, what type of accommodations they prefer. Because I don't know if you know, Ghana has a deficit of over 2 million plus homes and accommodation for people to stay ever since they started the year of return.
Right.
So it's a great opportunity for people looking to get into real estate. But 47% of people who visit Ghana prefer to rent a home than stay at a hotel or a guest house. So we built these spaciously so that our guests that come could bring their family and friends and they all could share this space. So on this side, you have 3 of the bedrooms.
Okay.
They're bringing the island countertop in today. So this one will be put on and then we'll do the final painting and turn this unit over to the owners, right? So you have this bedroom here. And what is amazing about it is that you could exit from every room and enter onto the lawn area, right? And out there will be the umbrella, the pool chairs. You could go into the pool. We've made some modifications while building because people will come on site and say, hey, this. So, that's what our owners need to know is that we're flexible to ideas and we put it together. Then this room here is the room that faces the beachfront. So our owner could wake up and see this marvelous creation of our good Lord and say, wow, this is
stretch at a lovely sight.
Yeah, you said this is the best TV that I have. So you don't even need a TV. But if for those who want a TV, we are putting the motorized TV that comes down.
That's a great view.
So in the evening they can watch it. But this is, I would do this all the time. I wouldn't even need anything else, right? The mass is there, but I want to show you my favorite part of the house, which is the rooftop deck.
The rooftop. Hey. I just want to stay here.
Huh? Come, you can buy a house. We have one for you.
We'll buy one. Okay.
Most of our owners put 30 to 50% down. And then during the construction phase, they only pay $2,000 a month.
Okay.
And then once the unit is up, we split the rental income to pay off the balance. So most of my owners, like those who bought early, they benefited from the appreciation as well. So even though we're not open, some of them bought these houses at $108,000, and now the property, I got an appraisal about a month ago, and only 5 of the houses came in at $2.8 million. So my owners who bought properties, they already seen appreciation, some as high as $100,000, $120,000 from what I sold it to the mass.
You've made the payment very flexible as well.
Yeah. So this is why this place is my favorite. So here you get a 180-degree view. So you get to see everything that's going on the site. See, our guys are here finishing one of our last foundations. You can see people walking on the walkway, riding their rollerblades, skateboard, driving, or just taking a nice evening stroll. And then you could see your neighbors, and they as well could see over here. If the concert is happening there, you'll hear the music. You can be right up here like, hey, oh, shout to Wale, Stoneboy, all of our favorite artists right here.
And then I can already imagine, the entire experience living here.
Yeah. On this side is a pergola. This is the highest that they could build. They'll put a pergola here that allows them to relax here and hide from the sun on those days that the sun is beating. But some owners are putting a hot tub up here. Some are putting their grill.
barbecue and all.
You
And
make it yours.
it's beautiful.
And then from this side here, you'll see the overwater obstacle course that's here. Our marina will be out here where all the jet car owners can park their jet cars or their boat. And if they're visiting for the day, they take
They
our
can ride,
pontoon
yeah,
ride.
go and
We
have a
take
look.
them and they see that place. But that's why the sea breaches. So now we can take them into the Atlantic Ocean. They could dive in our sea breaches, see the marine life underwater while they're under there for a brief couple of seconds.
This is a great place. This is a great place.
So on my unit, I sit up there in the morning, I meditate. You know, I thank God for this opportunity and what I'm able to do. And in the evening around 4 or 5 o'clock, just breathe. And
It's a great environment.
this is what my Ghanaian brothers and sisters don't understand. You are racing to America, UK, but we are racing back here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, here is where it's at. You just have to figure out how to make money from the Western countries. And there's so many companies that will pay you to work remotely. But I would not go back to America to live and work, because even though you make a lot of money, the system there works very well. They take it all back at the end of the week. Yes, they pay you weekly. Yes, it's a lot of money, but there's something in some way that they're going to get it back.
Yeah.
You cross the road, it's wrong. Here you see Ghanaians crossing the road anywhere, even the interstate.
Yeah.
Try that in America. Yes, they pay you $900 a week, but that ticket alone is $300. And if you don't pay it, it's jail.
Right.
So I want my Ghanaian brothers and sisters to use their creativity the way I use mine and see opportunities. And I understand that they need to have exposure, but YouTube gives you that exposure from right here in Ghana. You know, and start thinking that it's possible for you too as a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Right? That's it.
I mean, one of the reasons they keep traveling is experiences like this, and thanks to you, you're creating something like that here.
Right here.
Like mostly, they travel to have things like this. So for people to even follow your lead, and we have like, more things like this. Trust me, we'll just stay here. You don't have to travel all day.
Exactly. And I'm not saying you don't go for holiday to have that experience.
Come back.
But for those who want to go and live, I encourage you, stay here and build up your motherland, right? It's so beautiful, so many opportunities and things we could do.
I mean, we are grateful for what you are doing here. Snowball is beautiful. It's nice.
Thank you.
I mean, we'll come back here when everything is set to have the whole experience. So to experience what I'm imagining right now.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to have.
Oh, you have an open invitation.
So it's your target or your focus just the diasporans or the locals as well?
I would love to have the locals buy from me. I've had a few, but my biggest consumers are Ghanaians who live outside. My second biggest consumers are the Eritrean community, which is about to overtake the Ghanaian community, because once one buys and they share with their friends, they come and see the property, the others are buying. And then my third biggest consumers are Afro-Caribbean, Guyanese, Trinidadians, Jamaicans. And then we have a few Ghanaians and very few African Americans right now. I think I have about 4 or 5 out of the 46 units that we've sold.
Right.
Then the other 2, they're reserved. The people are trying to put together their initial down payment. And then we have 2 units left to sell or either put on hold. But this is the 2-bedroom unit. The island here, the kitchen. You have cover, so if it's raining, and then you get to see the activities, you see people walking around. So.
But since you started this project, right?
Yeah.
What has been some of the challenges?
Oh, there's lots of challenges. I didn't mind talking about the challenges.
Please come again.
I used to not mind talking about it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't like to focus on the challenges no more, because foreigners outside will hear the challenges and they think that that's the norm. Yeah. And it's not the norm. The challenges that we experience is not just for the diaspora. It's Ghanaians who live here go through the same thing. Land disuse. Like this land I bought from the family here. This is in South Tong district. Some people from Adar came and said the land is for them. And I said, but the people I bought it from is right there. Go talk to them. Why are you talking to me? The people that have the money is over there. They didn't sell me and leave or run. They did. So if it's for you, go talk to them. But I have a title. The land has been registered. I've been here almost a year and a half, and you're coming now to say it's for you? Now, if you think that's crazy, I'm away in Mozambique because I'm building Shark Island in Mozambique. Yeah. And then the district assembly from, Adar comes and say, I have to stop because land is in their district. And I said, but I went to Lands Commission in Accra before I registered it, and they told me I need to go to South Dome in the Volta region. So how you don't know that it's in the Volta region. So those are some of the challenges that we've had. My biggest issue is the finishing work that you get done from Ghanaians. We have to come back and say, Charlie, this is not good enough. And I have to bring other contractors to do it. So that is one of the things that cause a lot of
Contractors
delays.
from outside?
Local Ghanaians, from Accra or Ada,
Okay.
right? But it's, so what I did was I decided, so I'm solutions oriented. I know what kind of finishes we're used to. So I started the U.S. Minority Contractors Association International Chapter in Ghana, and we're partnering with U.S. contractors that could come, but they have to work with local Ghanaians and train them, upskill, retool them, because there's also things that we could learn from them. When I first came out, I was like, why are they building with all these blocks? In America, everything is wood, but if you catch a fire, your house is finished. Here in Ghana, it'll burn, you just paint it and you're there. So we could learn from each other, right? But that has been one of the biggest challenges. And then, of course, some contractors, they come, they say, give me 80%. You give it to them. You're looking for them. You can't find them.
And that's why you are here yourself.
So I'm on site. But fortunately, everybody goes through that. But I found now a good team of people that I could go to Mozambique now for a month and I come back and the work is done and it's done to my satisfaction. And once we give our owners, we hand over the property, they do an inspection before. And if there's something that they want us to fix, we fix it anyway. So again, there's challenges, but I prefer these challenges over the challenges in America. That's why I'm here, right? So let me show you guys now. These were all made here. People always say, did you import this? No. My Ghanaian brothers made these beautiful doors. So I like to just take this walk and enjoy it.
What's your estimate? How long do you think everything will be?
So our goal is to finish this December of 2025. Wow. Right? But we allocated an extra 6 months for delays. Like, for instance, we would have finished these beachfront units already. But we've finished the house and then your furniture is sitting there moldy because there's no AC or none of that. So right here is where the pro shop will be.
Okay.
So the gift shop, you come and you buy your bathing suit and all of that, right? And this is what I love about imagination, right? I want my Ghanaians to see me as an example of you dream it before it happens, right? So when you come back, here is the Wi-Fi cafe. It will have a rooftop area. You'll go inside, you can order some of your favorite food. One of mine is Kili Willy, right? You come and get your Kili Willy and you chill, right? Then next to that is the supermarket. And when you're coming to stay in Shark Island and you've reserved the unit online, you say, oh, could you please put this, and this in my unit? We come to the supermarket, we pick it up, and our concierge puts it in your unit for you. So when you come, you don't have to think of anything.
I want to live here.
You just come and relax, right? You just relax.
This is nice.
Right? And then the medical center will be off to the left.
Okay.
And the great thing about our medical center, again, is we have a combination of both local and foreign healthcare professionals that you get the best of both worlds, right? You get some of your traditional medicine if that's what you want. You could get some of your USA trained, Canadian trained healthcare professionals that are working under the license of the local Ghanaian facilities that we partner with. A survey on the diaspora moving to Africa. And he says, Charlie, I grew up here in Ghana. I went to school in Australia and I stayed. He said, and you're an inspiration. He said, it took me 10 years to build my one house up in Kumasi. He said, and to see you here building 50. He said, how are you doing it? And he said, but you're showing me that it can be done, and I'm ready to move back home because of watching people like you, Dre Taylor, and those of you from the diaspora. You're not from here, but you come and you take on the challenges and you still get it done.
So is it the specific plan in Mozambique?
No. Okay. So in Mozambique, I switched up my business model now that I understand the challenges you face building. So I buy existing resorts and I just rebrand them. I still buy land too, because some people want to, they want a house built from scratch. But we've added in there buying existing properties and just rehabbing it to fit our business model. So we're buying those and selling those to people in the diaspora and showing them that, Ghana's lovely, but there's so many other African countries that are offering just as good or a different vibe that you can experience. So This is one of our condos. So this whole unit here, that is the entrance. This is the living room and the kitchen, the hall, the kitchen back there. And then you have your first bedroom, washroom, utility area, second washroom, second bedroom on this side, right? So this is one 2-bedroom unit. And then on that side is another 2-bedroom unit. And these ones are the same size as the beachfront, except they don't have the rooftop deck. So the 2-bedroom beachfront, because it has the rooftop deck and the beachfront and the front area with a pool, it's right at 3,600 square feet.
Okay.
These ones are 1,550, so the same space as the interior of that unit. So it's still very spacious. And I'll share with you the 3D rendering so you could show what it looks like. But you'll have 3 floors of this, and all this is where people will be standing enjoying the concert. So I'm looking forward to our very first one, where we have the Stone Boys, the Shatawales, you know, the Kidgies, but then we'll bring a little bit of Mary J. Blige's, Nicki Minaj's, you know, Jadakiss, Cameron, so that we all can experience each other's cultures together.
Yeah, very necessary.
But now you're here, you have to let me give you a ride in the jet car.
We will do that.
Hey,
Definitely.
you're not scared?
I'm not scared.
Oh, wonderful. You know, so many Ghanaians are like, hey, Charlie, me not go in the water. I'm like, hey, why not? And this water is surprisingly not deep everywhere. Okay. You know, we had one, you know, sad incident that involved one of your favorite celebrities, Castro. But, you know, one incident out of 100,000, you know, God rest their souls. But if you wear your life jackets, if you listen and pay attention to the instructions that are given to you, you know, by the people who are having these activities, you wouldn't have any issues, right? But my Ghanaian brothers and sisters don't need to be scared to be in the water. So let's take you in one of these jet cars.
Let me have the experience.
He took all the life jackets. Okay, come on. You don't need it. Yes, these things will never turn over. They're Coast Guard certified. But we like to put our guys in it. But I want to show you a logo, Housing in Ghana. Okay. Housing in Ghana, right in the jet car in Ghana. Put your foot right here. What's up, y'all? This is Marvin Walker, the developer of Shark Island Resort and Residence. And when I want to get all of the complete details on what's happening in real estate, I tune in right here to Housing in Ghana. And if you want to know what's going on, you would do the same thing too.